Hail to the king, baby.
Welcome to another episode of the Scream Kingdom. I'm your Scream King, Tom, and this is the promise I was kingdomed. Indie horror news: Utero, currently in production by director Brian Coyne, and starring the lovely and talented Jessica Cameron, who's a pal of mine and should be a pal of yours. She wrote and directed and starred in the award-winning Truth or Dare that's still hitting up festivals and wowing audiences everywhere. Peter Strickles co-stars in this psychological horror film, at least that's what it looks to be. If you've seen the poster art or the conceptual art, whatever you want to call it, it is creepy as all motherfuck, especially with my particular phobias. Anyway, I've seen some of the production stills on social media. It looks to be a gory, violent, fun film. I can't wait to see it. Also on the indie horror front, Fat Chance, the movie I reviewed a while back from Deviant Pictures, which is headed up by Daniel Emery Taylor, and the multi-talented Jim O'Rear, just scored national distribution. The story of fatties getting sliced and diced in the woods with some excellent humor and an excellent cast. That's going to be screening at Marble City Comic Con in Knoxville, Tennessee on April 12th, and they've got a really cool contest going on if you're wearing shirts. You definitely have to look it up on the Facebook page to know what shirts, but yeah, you can win a copy of the film, and you can also attend a screening of a very neat indie horror film that I think will have you cringing at points and laughing at others. So check out Fat Chance. If you can, buy a copy and go to Marble City Comic Con and check it out. I believe Jim and a few of the others are appearing there, so you can hang out with them, and they're always fun people to sit around and bullshit with. I'm sure they have great stories to tell, especially about the set of Fat Chance. House of Manson, of course, Charles Manson themed movie, telling some of his backstory is currently in production from Brandon Slagle, who wrote and directed the Black Dahlia Haunting last year, that set a lot of people's minds racing as far as the trippy head stuff that Brandon is known for. This looks a little more earthy and grounded. Some of the cast I've seen on Facebook and other social media look really cool. Ryan Kaiser from Truth or Dare really looks like a little creepy Charles Manson. Susie Lorraine's been cast as Sharon Tate, and she does really look like Sharon Tate, which is really cool. And in the casting gift from the gods, the fugly Susan Atkins is going to be portrayed by the beautiful Devaney Penn. Good luck in makeup department with that. More indie horror stuff. The long-awaited The Lashman. I've been hearing about this for a couple of years now, by Cameron McCaslin, is finally going to see the light of day. Very, very talented cast with Kaylee Williams. I loved her work. Lee Revort, who was just in The Truck and Guntown, and the Sean C. Phillips, who may or may not be shopping for DVDs and Blu-rays while he's making this film. I don't know. It's a campfire tale slasher type of film, and it looks to be really cool. I mean, anything that's been in production for this long, it's got to be quality, and it was recently scored by my pal Tom Berdinsky of Italian Zombie movie, The Giant Rubber Monster movie, and Warmageddon fame. Speaking of Tom, he's always a fixture at Cinema Wasteland in Strongsville, Ohio, and this year will be no exception. And he's going to have a special guest on April 5th, which would be Marlena Midnight from the now defunct and sadly so Midnight Mausoleum. She's going to be up there appearing with Tom and the gang at the IZM table on April 5th, and she's going to have some Dawn of the Dracula goodies and stuff like that, and hopefully she'll have some cool info on their new project, her and Blake Powell and the gang, Painkiller. Now that is Payne Killer. It looks to be an 80s throwback. There's some early teaser shots of Marlena as a big-haired, looks like she's listening to Whitesnake type of person, and it looks to be awesome. So they have an Indiegogo site, so contribute to something that's probably going to be a lot of fun. That's indiegogo.com/projects/Painkiller. That's Payne Killer. And look them up on social media, and let's make this happen, okay? I really like Dawn of Dracula. Very cool throwback to Hammer stuff, and this looks to be more of the same as, well, not Hammer stuff, but it looks to be really cool. So I can't wait to see that. Speaking of Cinema Wasteland, Conjoined, the great horror comedy that my partner in Nerd Remix, Derek Huey, was part of, from Chuck Norfolk and Joe Gersafi, is going to be screening at Cinema Wasteland. I don't know what day yet, but it's a brilliant horror comedy. I reviewed it on the site. I reviewed it in Horror Hound magazine, and one of the stars of it, the lovely Nerd Remix Horror Hottie of the Month, February 2014, which also happens to be Women in Horror Month, and happened to be the month of Valentine's Day. And I'm sure we all love Deidre, because you should have seen her pictures. She was in that as Courtney Lust, and that's kind of what caught my eye, and hence the Nerd Remix Horror Hottie of the Month thing happened. There's an interview with her coming up next, and just after that, you're going to hear the thoughts of all things indie horror and upcoming projects from director Cameron Scott. Yes, the guy behind Postmortem America 2021 and a bunch of the amazing collective shorts, including Graveyard Blues and the like, will be sharing his thoughts on his upcoming projects and what's going on with him. So stay tuned for interviews with Deidre and the esteemed Mr. Cameron Scott, who I'm proud to call friend, by the way. Deidre, the interview was really fun, and she's a crazy chick, and she's really, really, really hot. So look for that, and then stay tuned for Cam Scott. And that will be the wrap-up of the Scream Kingdom. I know you didn't sit here to listen to me, yap about fucking indie horror. You're going to want to listen to the interviews, so stay tuned for those. And visit horrormerch.com, our generous sponsor. They have hundreds of horror-themed clothing items, collectibles, and the like, and also a lot of, comic book stuff and metal stuff. Buy something there. They sell quality stuff. I bought a zombie shirt like 3 years ago. It still looks like new. And you'll have something to wear to one of these conventions I keep mentioning, like Horror Hound Weekend, where I'll be March 21st to 23rd. They got Great Evil Dead 1 and 2 reunions, including Bruce and Sam Raimi. And it's going to be a blast. So check that out. That's in Cincinnati, Ohio, March 21st through the 23rd. And come hang out with the Horror Hound gang. There's going to be some Walking Dead stars, Barbara Crampton canceled. That kind of sucks. But the rest of the cast of Your Next is going to be there. And like I said, the amazing, huge, all-encompassing Evil Dead 1 and 2 cast reunions with Bruce fucking Campbell and Ted Raimi. Sam would have been cool, but hey, Ted played Henrietta, so fuck it. That's just as cool. Like I said, Horror Hound Weekend, Cincinnati, Ohio, Sheridanville Convention Center, March 21st to 23rd. I'll see you there, horrormerch.com. Spend some money, and stay tuned for the interviews. I'm the Scream King. I can do anything. Till next time. Okay, on the Scream Kingdom, I have actress and Nerd Remix Horror Hottie of the Month for February 2014, Deidre Stevens. How are you?
I'm great, Thomas. How are you?
Super. Great to finally talk to you. Super. That sounded really gay, but sorry. Anyway. So, Conjoined, showing at Cinema Wasteland next month. That's a convention that I'm pretty close to, that I've been to quite a few times, and I have a lot of friends that hang out there. So I'm going to try to make it up for the viewing. I don't know when they're showing it yet, but are you pretty excited about that?
I am. I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not able to make it up there to go and see it. I wish I could. But, the whole travel thing all the way from Texas, it's a little far.
Yeah, it would be a different story if they, paid for you to come up there and gave you a room or whatever, but...
Oh, yeah. It would definitely be a different story. I would totally just, tell both my jobs. They can just hold on for a little bit. I'll be back.
Hey, soon enough, that might happen for you. I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure it's gonna.
I'm hoping, too. Eventually.
So how did you come to be involved in Conjoined? Did somebody just contact you randomly? Did you know somebody? How'd that happen?
I was attending San Jacinto College. I was in the film and theater program there for a year. I did not continue the program. Chuck and Joe came up for auditions for Lars the Emo Kid, which is Joe Grassafi's production. He's the director, and, he's working on that still. They came for auditions for that film, and ever since then I had stayed in contact with Chuck and Joe, and then I was asked to be in GarageBand, but I had a couple things going on, to where I could not be in GarageBand, because someone dropped out, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember the whole backstory on the whole shindig, but I was asked to be in GarageBand. I couldn't do it, and then later on, the person in Conjoined that was supposed to play Courtney in the movie was not able to do it for some odd reason, and Joe and Chuck just contacted me and asked me to come up and do it, and I printed out the script and just showed up, and I just I've kept in contact with them since I've been at San Jac, and it's just been a blossoming friendship and business partnership.
Sounds cool. I mean, when I first saw Conjoined, I saw you in it, and of course, we got besides being really easy on the eyes, uh, I thought you were really good. So I looked you up on IMDb, and I was pretty shocked to didn't see that you didn't have really any other credits. So you know,
I would have had another credit. I would have had a credit for a film that I was going to be in when I was going to say about maybe like 10 years old. It was about the storm in Galveston that happened in 1900. The people that they had the stocks with that were funding the film was with Enron. When Enron crashed, the whole film went to shit. And then, so, and then there was the whole priest and children scandal that was going on at the time. We had to stop filming because of that as well. Because it was a Catholic school orphanage that the movie was based off of. It never got completed, sadly. We re-innovated this entire house to look like this place down in Galveston, and it went to nothing. But I think you can find it online somewhere. Chuck had found it for me, but I don't even remember the link at all.
Well, hopefully some more things start happening for you because of Conjoined. I mean, is there anything on the horizon immediately?
No, actually not. I've actually been sitting here going, I need something to do because I'm going stir crazy. I need another film to do. I love doing makeup for films. I love the intricate makeups and everything else. Acting's a bonus for me, I would say. I haven't really heard of anything coming up. I'm sending in a submission for Courtney Sandifer's kind of a short little documentary about autism and Asperger's syndrome, describing, everything, how that means to me, people involved in my life that have autism. So I'm sending that in to her, but that's about all that I'm working on. And she's with Pine Hearts Production, so.
I'm kind of going to give Huey shit for not casting you in anything, that Cemetery Temple thing he's doing. So.
Oh yeah, and I was the girlfriend in The Tale of Nobody in Derek Huey's film.
Yeah, I did music for that.
Yeah, I was like, Derek, just take a picture from my Facebook. Because I couldn't make it out to take a picture with them or whatever. I was like, just Photoshop my face or something. I was like, just Photoshop us together. So, no, the girl you see is not me, so.
Oh yeah, well, yes. What about the Horror Hottie of the Month pictures? Is that you?
Oh yes, that is me. That is most definitely me. There's no way you can make that up.
We've got such a response on that. I mean, when your page was up last month, yeah, I had so many responses towards that. It was pretty crazy. So.
Awesome. Yeah, we did that shoot in my mom's bathroom.
Really? Was that real milk or did you?
Yeah, I took a gallon of milk and just threw it in a full bathtub.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was like, I hope this is enough milk to cover my parts.
Well, they turned out very tasteful and very beautiful. So.
Thank you. I was wanting it to kind of mimic the Sharon Tate photo shoot of her in her bathtub before she was murdered.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, some friends of mine are doing a film about the Manson family right now. So I don't know who they cast. I think they cast. I can't think of the girl's name right now as Sharon Tate, but she does look like her. So.
Oh, God. Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing that. See, and I heard about Rob Zombie collaborating with somebody right now to do a Manson film.
I had heard that, so yeah, that's something to look out for, too. But, by the way, is there anything that, you're excited to see or you wish you were a part of that's coming out?
The new Manson film, because, I would love to work with Rob Zombie. I heard that Quentin Tarantino, one of his scripts got leaked on a website that one of the next films that he was going to produce. The script was leaked on a website. I think it was called Crazy 8 or something like that. I don't know. It was leaked. I would love to work with Tarantino.
Well, in Texas, you got Robert Rodriguez, so,
Yeah, I have Rodriguez always. Danny Trejo. We could become best friends.
There you go. Well,
my wildest dreams.
Anyway, I hope things start happening for you. Keep in touch, definitely, because, Horror Hotties in a month, we always like to take care of the ladies, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And,
I also do, too.
We had such a good response for that, and it was Women in Horror Month in February, too, so, you had that extra bonus as Valentine's Day and Women in Horror Month, so, hopefully you're a woman that's going to get involved in some more horror films.
I'm hoping so also, because I really enjoyed Conjoined, especially, like all the green screen work and everything else, special effects. I love it. I love it all.
Well, I'll shout it from the rooftops right now. Indie horror directors, hire Deidre and give her good roles, and put her first and foremost in your films. All right, bastards.
Yeah, I'll put you first and foremost, bastards.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate the interview.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. I had fun.
All right.
Give me some sugar, baby.
On the Scream Kingdom, I have indie director Cameron Scott, and why am I talking like this? Is it like radio or something? But anyway, Cam, how's it going?
Pretty good. Enjoying the day off, sir.
Outstanding. So, Postmortem America 2021 got a lot of attention. What's on the plate for that?
Right now, I do have 2 more screenings that I'm lining up, actually, with the help of Jason Hoover. Jab Pictures has helped me line up a couple screenings, 2 in Nashville. One is going to be at the Cult Fiction Underground sometime in the next month and a half, 2 months. He's going to actually play kind of a grindhousey double bill with his first feature, I Am No One. So it's going to be a double feature of that in Postmortem America. And the other one will probably be at the Full Moon Tattoo Horror Expo. Also have Days of the Dead coming up in Indianapolis, going to be screening there. So right now I'm just trying to get as many fests as possible. Just trying to sell a few DVDs here and there, do a few shows, kind of exploring our distribution options and whatnot. But I'm just enjoying it now. After 5 long years of making it, I like being able to take it to different states and having people be able to see it. And also, which I let the cat out of the bag briefly on Facebook the other day, but there might be a sequel, Postmortem America 2027. The Acolytes of the Armageddon is the working title at the moment.
Outstanding. Any of the original cast going to be coming back for that?
So far, I'm probably going to keep it a bit under wraps, but you can definitely plan on seeing Severin or a version of Severin back. Nobody will be quite the same in this one. The way I'm writing this, it's kind of balls out crazy. If you imagine David Lynch kind of latching his hands onto a twisted Armageddon-like zombie film, I just... I went a little crazy with the first one, or some people would say a lot crazy, but I plan on taking it to just another level. But I definitely want to work with Jim again and bring him back. I definitely Edward X. Young as a Hammer of God is going to be kind of a more central figure in the film, and possibly a few others. I'm not going to let everything out of the bag right now, but quite a few. I'm gonna try to work because there were so many things left open ended with certain characters, whether or not what's been done to them and how they're going to turn out. So,
well, I mean that would really be a hard choice because there were so many talented people in that, and they went on to do so many good things since then. And getting them all back would probably be a task, writing around that. But Jim's doing great stuff. I don't know if you know this, but he wrote all the Queensryche's good songs. I heard. But
yeah, I heard that. He's in everything, God damn it. He's like, the Michael Caine of the independent scene. You look around the corner, Jim's there doing the O face.
We're all his bitches, right?
Yeah, exactly. We are all Jim O'Rear's bitches, and he knows this. But definitely, the thing is, the way I started writing it was actually after a conversation I had with Jim. It was a couple of days later, and it was just like, you know what? Why should I, because it was a daunting task getting that finished, spending 5 years. I'm like, I definitely don't want to go into shooting a sequel next. I want to explore other things, but, yeah, why not write and just let it go crazy? You know what I mean? And when it's done, it'll be what it'll be.
I noticed while you were finishing post on Postmortem, that was weird, post on Postmortem. Anyway, you did quite a few shorts for Hoover's Jab Pictures Collective series. What do you think was probably the most accomplished out of those, the one you're most proud of?
Probably Exile. It's it's hard to choose when there's so many I worked on, including ones that I did behind the scenes work for and camera work for, like Edward X. Young's short, Athena's short, well, both of them that she did. And but Exile was the one that was a deeply personal story. Believe it or not, my wife is a psychologist, so it was kind of my way of doing kind of a personal therapy. Her job, if there's one thing that actually kind of scares me a bit, is her job is working, in that field, so that movie was kind of deeply personal. And, it was all shot, that was all shot in one day in pretty much one room. And, and it was an intense shoot. And I just, very happy with the performances in that. My friend Dennis Lamka and Michelle Shields knocked it out of the park in that. It was just, overall, just a great film.
Yeah, I'd say that and probably Graveyard Blues are my two favorite shorts that you've done. Speaking of Athena, I saw you just showed Postmortem down in Louisville at their Gore Club thing.
Yeah, we went to Louisville Gore Club, and I survived. I challenge any drinking man to walk into that place and not walk out feeling like a different person.
You should get a T-shirt.
Oh yeah, they had a screening set up just special for Postmortem, and we packed the place. A bunch of old friends came out. I actually road tripped out there with Jason Hoover, and that was with our friend Steve Vessel. Him and Athena both run the Gore Club, and they set up a really nice screening. It was fun times, good times, good drinks, good people. It was really fun. Had a good turnout. Almost sold all my DVDs out again. So anytime when you almost sell out, that's definitely a good thing. So far I've been really happy with the turnouts at the screenings. You never know. You promote them. You put out flyers. You do promotional work, and you never know if 2 people are going to show up or if there's going to be 200 outside the door.
Outstanding. Hoover, he's like on the road all the time now, but more on what's coming next for you.
Right now, I'm working on the next collective. Actually, probably here in a couple of weeks, about 2-3 weeks, I'm going to shoot my collective volume 7 short, and we quickly edit on that and have that out before the deadline. I am actually working on another short that won't be on the collective. It's something that's been a pet project of mine. It's something I wrote, back in high school. So this, you're talking about like 92. So this, it's been over 20 years. I wrote this short called Chain Depravity. That's just kind of experimental. It's where it's shot with 2 different cameras from 2 different point of views at the same time. So you would essentially get 2 different shorts. It's a very avant-garde kind of thing, I guess you would say. But I want to shoot that, and then I'm going right into my next feature. I'm actually just finished the script. I'm going to fine polish that before I send it out to a couple prospective actors and actresses. It's called The Crocodile Chronicles, and it has nothing to do with actual crocodiles. This epidemic over in Europe called they call it the crocodile or crocodile. It's pronounced a few different ways, but it's this horrible street drug. There's this actually the only thing I think I've seen in the last several years of my life that actually scares me is this the most depraved thing ever. If you Google it, you'll be a different person. But it's just basically a really strange film that's about a group of junkies that kind of encounter something that may or may not even be there. It's kind of a very supernatural kind of film, very different from Postmortem or anything I've done yet. But I actually want to bring a couple of Postmortem America, as I call them, Postmortem America alumni back. Jim O'Rear is the only one I've talked to about it thus far, but I want to bring a couple other actors back from Postmortem to be in this, and it'll be a neat little kind of homecoming.
That's cool, because like I said, I think I mentioned in my review of Postmortem that it was kind of like an indie horror summer camp, and you have so much talent to draw from there, and you've forged some relationships with people, so working with them again in the future shouldn't be too much of a challenge.
No. I mean, we and Jim have worked on a couple of things, and like when him and Daniel did the hospital, they talked to me a couple times before they put the the Postmortem America shirt in the film, kind of doing a little cross promotion and whatnot. And it's just like any other relationship. If you get into working with a group of people and it does indeed work out, and you find out that creatively you can work together, gosh, why wouldn't you continue working with them together? And when I write, I always write with a certain actor in mind anyway, which is why I always kind of fine-tune a script later on if the actor is not available or it doesn't work out. I'll go through an extensive rewrite and change dialogue and character aspects. But I love working with Jim. He's fun, and he's always on a creative and technical level, because when you're behind the scenes, it's good to have people that understand the business also as writers, producers, directors. So that's why I like working with him. Edward X. Young, we've worked together a few times, and definitely bringing Athena back, especially behind the scenes. Athena is probably going to work on a lot of the artwork and the special effects if we can work something out scheduling-wise. She's just great to work with, just on an artistic level.
Outstanding. I know. I think Postmortem had the most Nerd Remix Horror Hotties of the month on screen of any film in history. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, so far, I think, we hold that title.
You hold the record, man. I'm going to send you a medal. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
I will happily hang it in my office.
Let's wrap this up. Pimp your product, man. Where can we buy a copy of this stuff?
If you want to buy a copy of Postmortem America 2021 or any of the collectives, you can get them through my website, which is www.pma2021. That's pma2021.com. You can find them there, or find me on Facebook and the many links I post daily.
Okay, man. When you start shooting a sequel, I want a fucking set visit. I'm not kidding either.
No, we'll set it up. You can, I did that before with the first one. Somebody just, called me up and said, we want to drop in on a visit. You can do that anytime. You're welcome on my set anytime.
Outstanding, man. Thanks for the talk, dude.
Hey, talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Hail to the king, baby.
You